Get your fresh, warm glasses of signature Brock Lesnar's milk. It's the grand return of greatness of wrestling. It's a big day, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. Awesome. Fresh from the farm. In this video, we're gonna talk about Retribution, aka Tozawa's Ninjas, aka Angry Boys on Sugar. Who's behind the masks, and who's running that faction? That savage, badass faction. Faction that broke the same window twice. Oh my, what's gonna happen next? Are they gonna break a mug? Are they gonna break Vince McMahon's pencil? I've heard they left a toilet seat open. Who's gonna stop these monsters? You just gotta love that vitamin D. We're also gonna talk about Raw Underground, Summerslam, Barry, WWE Superstar, and more. Roll the new intro. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
That's gotta be Kane!
Your people so soft and lazy.
The ultimate farmer. Little naive farm boy. Farming is gambling. You know, I can go out and spend 10 hours in my tractor.
Welcome everybody to the return episode of Greatness of Wrestling. We got me, we got some fresh milk. What else can you ask for? Maybe a topic. So today let's talk about Retribution. You guys know my opinion on the faction. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. While at first I thought they had potential when they debuted on SmackDown kinda. Well, it wasn't their debut, but I mean, they made a point by destroying the set. I already was suspicious because they acted like a bunch of children on sugar. And on Raw, they did the same thing. Basically, they destroyed a window, but decided not to go into the building. They basically act like a bunch of hungry kids in school. So who's the leader of that faction? Well, it's probably Dominik Dijakovic. He shared this picture on Twitter and it said, "We are in control," and then he deleted the post. Something that Seth Rollins should have done with the dick pics. But you're like, okay, the great one, you stupid idiota. I don't see a single tall dude in this faction. Well, there's more. You may be wondering who are behind these masks. Dave Meltzer said, "I was told people under the masks will not be people playing the characters." It could end up being Dominik Dijakovic, but he obviously wasn't one of those guys this week. So basically, people that we are seeing right now are not the same people that we're gonna see when they unmask themselves. Doesn't make a lot of sense if WWE are going to sell us as if these are the same people, but to make it a little bit better, maybe these are just goons that the real faction sent. That would make a lot more sense to me. I don't want to see this 5'5" guy saying, "I'm actually the great Khali." I don't know, man. Once we have fans, maybe do a segment where a bunch of WWE superstars get surrounded by these goons, you know, angry kids on sugar. But then, from behind, we get the actual faction. You know, people who look a bit more serious and don't jump around and act like a bunch of kids, break the same window twice, even though there are a bunch more windows. Yeah. It could also be CM Punk, probably not, but I mean, he's teasing it and I need that for the thumbnail. Under this post, CM Punk tweeted, "I'm just saying, I know a thing or two about Retribution." Ooh, do you know a lot about angry kids on sugar? I think he's just messing around, obviously. Would I like that? I don't know, man. I feel like if CM Punk ever returns to the WWE, he definitely needs to return as a babyface. I mean, how could you hate CM Punk right now when he returns to the WWE? So I feel like that's obvious, and no, he's not. He's not returning. He's not returning to the WWE just yet. WWE brought back Velveteen Dream. One more reason why AEW is a lot better. This dude should be fired. So apparently WWE already gave up on a certain WWE superstar and probably buried him. So here's the thing. Mustafa Ali made his return to Monday Night Raw, and then he disappeared. On the main event, he lost against Riddick Moss. There are already rumors that Vince McMahon already gave up on him. Really, after 1 week? What did he do wrong? Imagine Vince McMahon on a date. Oh, he has a nice hair. I like her teeth, but one of her fingernails is kind of ugly. Yuck! I mean, I'm not saying he's buried. Maybe Vince McMahon didn't even give up on the guy. I'm just saying that if you lose to Riddick Moss on main event, that is saying something. I mean, I'm not gonna act like Ali is some charisma machine. Obviously, he lacks a lot of personality. He's all in-ring skills, and he should be a good tag team wrestler with, I don't know, Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, anyone really. I'm not saying the guy is going to be a main event superstar. Obviously, he lacks a lot of personality, but I think he's still pretty good. This is not necessarily completely related to the story, but not everyone needs to be a world champion. I feel like WWE should treat mid-card championships a bit more seriously, so this way, if you win the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, you already made it. Like, you don't even need the World Heavyweight Championship. Not everyone needs that title. Raw Underground is a bad WWE segment, whatever we have on Raw. And yeah, I think it sucks. I think it's horrible. It has no point. Worked shoot fights in wrestling, really. Apparently, Raw Underground is Shane McMahon's idea, according to Sportskeeda. And he also says people in the WWE are really high on some of Shane's ideas. Maybe they should use some Shane McMahon's story ideas. This ain't it. If you want this to work, introduce a new championship or something. Right now it's basically, okay, now it's Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler beats a lot of jobbers. Who's next? Okay, it's Riddick Moss. Hi Riddick. Do you want to beat a bunch of jobbers? Okay, that's awesome. What's next? That's it. They're not fighting for anything, and it doesn't even look impressive. Instead of this, I feel like we should have gotten something extreme. I don't know, man. In my opinion, it just really blows. WrestleVote says, good news, bad news. SummerSlam will not take place in the PC. However, no fans will be in attendance. That's already good for me. You know, I didn't expect fans anyway. And I feel like they should do something like, how would WCW Bash at the Beach? I think that's how it was called. Something like that, you know, basically a summer looking set. Have sand maybe. That would be awesome. Hear me out. A summer looking set, sand, and Nia Jax doing a sand angel. Speaking of SummerSlam, Raw has a couple of good matches. Like, I really want to see Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. My wife actually said if Drew McIntyre is going to lose the WWE Championship, I'm going to be pretty mad. And I kind of feel the same way. As much as I like Randy Orton, probably my favorite wrestler of all time, I don't want to see Drew McIntyre losing the championship. The guy didn't even have his moment with the audience, so that sucks. Another match is Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Really excited for this one. When it comes to SmackDown, I don't care about a single match. That's crazy. Like, do we even have matches announced? I know it's Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt, and that's basically it. And I don't really care about this match. And to end this video, MVP signed a multi-year deal with the WWE. At first, I didn't like MVP being so much on television because it felt like they're treating him like a bigger deal than he actually was back in the day, and I thought he was a bit annoying. But lately, I feel like he's doing a great job, especially with Bobby Lashley, and even Shelton Benjamin now feels kinda important. So I feel like he's doing a decent job, not necessarily as a wrestler, but as a manager. So I feel like instead of MVP, we should get Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching the video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.